Check the manufacturing date on this fossil. 2026? She must have been frozen before the corporation even bought this sector. Almost prehistoric. Let's hope her brain hasn't turned to soup.
What's happening? How did I even get here? I don't know my name yet. I don't know if I have a body that still works or if I'm about to find out the hard way. I don't know the year.
Is grid integrity holding?
I don't even know where I am.
All systems active.
And right as I'm about to panic properly, something flickers in the corner of my vision. A little date stamp, just floating there like it owns the place. Here's the fun part about waking up after 5 centuries. Your brain doesn't just hand your memories back to you like a waiter with your order. No, it makes you work for it. Like it's testing whether you actually deserve to remember your own life. Bits and pieces start floating up. A hospital room. Bad lighting, the kind that makes everyone look one shade closer to dead. A doctor's voice, gentle in that way that means the news is bad.
Maya, we received the results of the scan. I'm afraid the treatment isn't working as we'd hoped.
Cancer. The kind that, back then, didn't care how much you wanted to live. Didn't care about your plans, your people, any of it. VO, and somewhere in there, I remember making a choice. Not a great choice. Not a fun choice, the only choice. Freeze myself, skip the part where medicine couldn't save me, and bet everything on a future that hadn't been invented yet. Turns out, spoiler, the bet paid off. Also turns out remembering why I made that bet feels like trying to read a book underwater. I'm still me. I promise, still me. It's just, the me from 500 years ago is a little blurry around the edges. Now, before you picture me getting chucked in a chest freezer next to somebody's leftover lasagna, that's not how this works. Let's clear that up. There's a difference between cryonics and cryogenics, and people mix them up constantly. Cryogenics is just the study of super low temperatures, nothing sci-fi about it. It's basically fancy refrigeration science. Cryonics is the specific, slightly unhinged idea of preserving a human body at those temperatures with the hope of bringing it back later. That second one's the one I signed up for. The trick isn't just get cold. It's getting cold without turning your cells into ice crystal confetti. That's where vitrification comes in. Instead of freezing like a popsicle, your body's fluids are replaced so everything turns glass-like instead of forming ice. No sharp edges ripping your cells apart from the inside. Very considerate, honestly. And this isn't some far future fantasy. By the way, companies like Alcor and the Cryonics Institute are doing this today, right now, back in whatever year you're watching this. The freezing part? Basically solved already. The problem was always waking back up. You can preserve a body pretty well, repairing it cell by cell without turning someone's brain into scrambled eggs. That took a bit more work. The fix, eventually, was nanotechnology, tiny machines doing tiny repairs, one cell at a time, patching everything back into working order like a swarm of microscopic contractors who actually show up on time. And if the body itself was too far gone? Plan B, back up the mind, the memories, transfer them somewhere new. A full copy of you, ready to go. By the time I went under, humanity had already cracked the hard part. I wasn't some wild gamble anymore. I was basically paperwork. Alright, I'm up. I'm mostly myself, and now I've gotta actually look at the world I woke up into. Let's break this down, because there's a lot going on out there. Climate controlled everything. First thing I notice, the sky's fake. Not fake, just managed. Domed cities. Underground districts. Entire cities floating on water because the old coastlines don't exist the way they used to. This isn't some architect's flex, it's survival. Weather, apparently, became optional a long time ago. Nobody's in charge. Except everybody's in charge. There's no president waving from a balcony somewhere. No parliament arguing about lunch breaks. An AI system runs the logistics now, resources, infrastructure, population data, all of it. And before you picture some evil robot dictator monologuing in a control room, it's less villain and more, extremely competent city utility that never sleeps. Which, okay, is also a little unsettling in its own way. No countries. Just corporations. Nations, borders, all that, mostly dissolved. The actual power now sits with a handful of massive corporations running things globally. And the language barrier? Gone. Everyone's got a real-time translator built in, so nobody's a foreigner anymore, because there's nowhere left that counts as foreign.
This technology is truly incredible.
It makes conversations so easy. I completely agree with you.
This is definitely the future.
Everybody's upgraded. I'm the weird one now. Genetic engineering isn't a luxury here. It's just how people are made. Diseases mostly wiped out. Lifespans stretched way past what I remember. Which, funny enough, is exactly why nobody does what I did anymore. Cryonics is basically obsolete. I'm not cutting edge. I'm a museum piece with a heartbeat. Everyone's being watched. All the time. Every citizen's tracked health, location, resource use, the whole picture, live, always. Sounds efficient. Feels efficient. Also feels like there's zero space left to just disappear for a bit. Privacy isn't gone because someone banned it. It just quietly stopped being a thing people expected. The robots do everything. And I mean everything. Labor, service, construction, all automated now. That part one expected. What I did not expect, robots carrying pregnancies. Full surrogate care, robotic caretakers raising infants for people who choose that path. Somewhere between wildly practical and deeply strange, and I haven't decided which side I land on yet. Crime got an upgrade too. You'd think a perfectly monitored, augmented society would be crime-free. Nope. Crime just evolved with everything else. Hacking someone's neural implant, cloning an identity, stealing corporate data instead of stealing a car. Humanity's creativity for doing the wrong thing? Still fully intact. The rich left the planet. Literally. And here's the part that stings a little. The wealthy didn't just get richer. They went up. Orbital space cities, floating above all of this, while everyone else, augmented, monitored, automated, stays grounded. Same species. Two completely different worlds. Some things apparently never change. They just move higher up. Okay, real talk, 500 years. We can kind of reason our way through. Science, trends, logical next steps. 5,000 years? That's not a forecast anymore. That's just us having fun with the concept. At that point, we're probably not even talking about humans the way I understood the word. Minds merged with AI. Bodies redesigned from the ground up, built for whatever environment you want to live in. Space cities aren't the exception anymore. They're just the neighborhood. Civilizations spread out across solar systems, maybe building structures around entire stars just to catch the energy. Family, death, identity. All of it starts meaning something completely different when you're not locked into one body or one lifetime anymore. I'm still me. I keep telling myself that. But reaching for who I used to be still takes effort, like trying to grab a memory that keeps slipping just out of reach. I got my life back. I also got a version of the future that doesn't remotely look like the one I left. New rules, new rulers, new ways to mess things up, and a couple ways I genuinely didn't see coming. So here's the actual question, not for me, for you. Knowing all of it, the isolation. The world that wouldn't recognize you, and that you wouldn't recognize either. The trade-off baked into the whole deal. Would you do it?